And good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. 8-Bits here with another day. Keeping, you are so early. Why are you even up? I saw your name and I was like, why? Why are you up? Yes. I have all the coffee. All right. You don't know? See? Too much sleep. You've caught up now. No more sleeping in. All right. This morning was nice. It's nice out. When I took Sophie for a walk, like walking in, shorts and a t-shirt, it's totally nice out right now. It could stay that, like, where it is right now all the time. And I would be happy. Some game news. Expedition 33 is 48% off right now. So if you've never played it or looking for it, it is available. Where else? What else did I see? Oh yeah, Halo Campaign Evolved has some new missions coming. And I saw a Diablo. Here it is. Diablo Immortal. Looks like it'll be coming to Battle.net this summer. It was designed on console, but it's making its way over. And I don't know. I think that's kind of it going on this morning. I did get to play some games yesterday. I did. I made it so that I was able to play some Satisfactory for a little bit, which was nice. That game does get a little addicted on some stuff, but I'm enjoying it, right? And we had a nice time. We went out, went to the park, to the spot where we got married last year. Then we went and had barbecue. I was so full after the meal, but the barbecue place is so good, so good. All right, I am not sure I like this music channel, so we're gonna change it. Yeah, we did. We had a nice evening. And then we kind of we played Satisfactory for a little bit after coming back too. But then we were just like, I think we're just going to watch some TV. So that's what we did. We watched Star Trek, the Next Generation. All right, let's find a little better channel. I don't know if this is the music channel I want either. And Mr. Termy, good morning. How are you doing today? I think we'll just... How about we start with some EDM? All right, that sounds pretty good. Let's leave it on there. But does anybody have any game news or anything that they've done recently? I feel like... I haven't really gamed much. And when I have, it's been Satisfactory. But I saw Jeepin yesterday played a little bit of Crimson Desert. She's at the point now, I think in chapter 9, that you are attempting to try to get ride one of the dragons. And it is not an easy feat to do. So, before we drop in, don't forget you can join the web whiteboard, right? For drawing, you can draw pretty much whatever you want, as long as it's, you know, TOS safe. But you can draw, and then if we're doing game design stuff, it'll be in here as well, and you can be a part of it, right? So you can join. The link's at the top of chat, and yeah. Oh yeah, and that's right, Jeepin. Guild Wars 3 was announced. Let's pull up some info about it. It looks like the beta is going out next year in the fall, in fall of 2027. Here's the announcement trailer for it. We're gonna watch it real quick.
We all have our own reasons for coming to this vast frontier. But for our guild, we who protect this land, one reason stands above all others: our wonder.
I feel like
Feel it too.
I will. I'll say it in a minute.
Wonder at the astonishing power that shapes this land of awe. At the great spirits to whom we are bound. At the gods who hold dominion over all. We cannot guarantee your comfort or even your safety. But if you yearn for horizons unexplored, for fellowship and purpose, for a cause worth dying for, to you, we can promise magic.
I feel like they are keeping up with things and continuing the story, right? I know that the Guild Wars communities already at odds with each other, right? On whether or not having Guild Wars 3 is a good thing. Having, you know, Guild Wars 2 does it mean the end of it? All that stuff, right? But I don't know. I like when games that have been around, like franchises that have been around for a while, bring out a new one. I think it'll bring in new people, right? And I feel like they're going to have an updated graphic system to it. You know, this is kind of like the Final Fantasy franchise, right? When they brought out like originally like Final Fantasy 11, and then which was online, then they had, you know, Final Fantasy 14, but it's a continuation, right? You know, Final Fantasy 14 online took place after like 5 years after at the end of Final Fantasy 11, I believe it was. But it didn't lose the people, right? You could you could still play Final Fantasy 11. You can still play Final Fantasy 11 online now, and it has a very strong player base. But I don't think bringing out a new Guild Wars is going to hurt it. Yeah, it's a total. Oh, okay. I thought it was Final Fantasy 11 was up to a certain point. They had that like the final, like the big war at the end of it, and it was 5 years after that Final Fantasy 14 took place. Yeah, for some reason I thought those were like continuations, but I don't think it'll hurt Guild Wars 2. And Final Fantasy 14 one is 2010. Okay, revamped to Final Fantasy 14 2. Continuation you speak of is about 14. Okay, that was it. But I don't think Guild Wars 3 is going to hurt Guild Wars 2. right? Guild Wars 2 has a very solid player base. And I think everyone, like, I'm sure people will go to it, but they're going to go back and forth, right? Yeah, it won't hurt it at all. And I know people are worried about that. So, but I don't think there'll be anything that, you'll need to worry with it. All right. Let's drop in. I keep reaching to the other side of my keyboard for my Stream Deck now, but I moved it. There. You might do a guild for Guild Wars 3. I think that would be appropriate. Yep. And Kelvar, good morning. You're waiting for Knights of the Old Republic remake. Are they remaking it? So I know there was a lot of stuff being talked about. But are they looking to remake some of that stuff? Because there's some new ones coming out, right? I don't know. I don't keep up with it as much as I should. And there's so many games out there, right? All right. Let's see. What did I get done yesterday? Not a whole lot. As far as you know, it's still on. Excellent. And good morning. Okay. Speaking of stuff that is being canceled, right? Or not happening. Stargate new series. So Stargate was coming out with a new series, and I was really looking forward to it. Absolutely looking forward to it. But the project has been officially scrapped as of yesterday. So I'm a little bummed about this, right? A little upset over it. I hate when they do that, right? They start looking to bring something back that has a solid base to it. And then they're like, we're going to cancel it. They had already started it, so now it's archived somewhere. But yeah. So the new Stargate series that's done from Amazon with MGM is now officially scrapped. So, and fans are already messaging them, trying to get them to put it back on, but I guess we'll see. And I don't know, part of it, they're like, they don't think it would appeal to new audiences. They feel like it would only be those that enjoyed the original series. And I don't think so. I think if it's done right, I think you could bring in a whole lot of new people to it. It's been a while. Oh, well, what do I know? Right? All right, let me reset my screen here a little bit. There we go. All right. Yesterday, what I did get done was I made a new NPC over here for, this is Homeless Junior, and we have Homeless wandering around, right? And Calwar, you're over here too. But yeah, Homeless Junior is hanging out with the sheep. So we have that. I also finished up some of the trees, so we have that stuff done. The sheep one is working efficiently now, so you can be able to complete the quest and get the shears for it. And I just realized I need a little wall protection here. Okay. And I need to put one way over here as well. All right, there we are. So we're going to run it. We're going to play through it and try to come up with things that we think we need that should be in it. I think we need to maybe also come up with some new items as well. But let's start the game and kind of go through it. All right, and I do have a list of new NPC people. I'm looking at least 1, 2, 3. Looks like about 6 new NPCs that I need to add in here. So I need to spend some time on the art, I think, and come up with the new battle version of the player, right? So maybe we look at that real quick, actually. Over here, let's look them up. We need to rename this one. And rename that one. There. All right, so this is what we're going to use for the battle one right now. And I guess we'll see if it works or not, but okay. But I think the game is pretty close to doing another beta run. Putting it out, having some people test it, see what they think of it, right? I'm enjoying the way, like, from a standpoint, I'm enjoying the way it looks as well. I think that is coming along nicely with it. All right, so one of the first things it says is, oh, you should probably, you're back in town, you haven't been here in a while, you should probably grab some food. So we come into the pub, right? And of course you go to the barkeep. So you can see a shop. You open it up. And let's buy one of those. There. But you know what? We need to work, right? We need something to do. So need a job. pick up, you know, take care of some rats. And this is the initial one is kind of just the intro to how things work. I'm trying to come up with a tutorial idea so that your very first battle, right? Oh, it switched when it took damage. Okay. Your very first battle kind of shows you like tips, like this is what this is what that is here, and helps you through the battle piece, right? All right. So we used up all our turn. All right. And I'm not fully paying attention to it, right? So I'm in high red on my focus, right? It means you're not focused. You're kind of like out of it. You're tired, but you defend, and it reduces it. So now you're in the green. You're back to being hyped. You took a moment. You focused yourself, and now you have +1 to damage, and your action points cost less. Do it again. All right, out of turn. And we'll do this one. And there we are. And who is that? Homeless, welcome in. Thank you for doing a Sophie treat. She is here in a heartbeat. All right. Hey. Okay. There we are. Huzzah! Yes. And how are you doing this morning, Homeless? Oh, I need to eat an apple. So there's some stuff on the visually on here I need to fix. There we are. Lots of criticals on that one. Almost pretty good. You're feeling like crap last night, but ate a food night sleep. What? A good night's sleep fixed it. Excellent. I ate a lot of food yesterday. we went to the barbecue place, and I had a lot of food. And it made me sleepy. So like we came back and we played like, some games for a little bit, but then we went and watched some Star Trek, right? We were just like relaxing. I was just so sleepy though. You know, that's all right. It's okay. You have to eat a lot at barbecue places or you're not doing it right. That's what, you know, see? I knew there was some rules to it. But yeah, I did the like a platter. It had 3 different meats on it. So I had like the brisket, the second cut brisket, and sausage and pulled pork with it. Then there was some mac and cheese and coleslaw, and it was ever so good. Yeah, the place is like their food is just absolutely good. It comes with like different like barbecue sauces, and it's so tender it just falls apart, and it's just yeah. I mean, it's probably a good thing it is on the other side of town. So it, we don't always get there, because otherwise I'd probably eat there all the time. Yeah. All right. We hit level 2. So hitting level 2 should have made it so that the player healed all the way up. And that did not happen. And also something is doing point something damage. So let's put that in the notes, right? Player did not heal up when hitting next level. And I don't know what's doing the damage, right? Where is taking partial points of damage? It should be whole numbers. Yeah. Yeah, the place, it's just so good, Homeless. If you ever make your way out here, we'll be sure to get you there. And yes, I didn't have any last night, but their potato salad is very good. And again, I don't know what's causing that here. All right. Well, I think we got our notes done here, right? So we wrote down a couple things. All right, let's continue. Oh, I should heal. I got a fish left. Oh, and I got 13 rat tails. All right, we're good. Let's run up. I think one of the things I really I enjoy about this, like doing game design and all that, is making stuff and seeing a result to it, right? Like designing little worlds and making people walk around and do stuff, and like this tavern, I kind of like that stuff. All right, so we earned 10 copper, and we need to get some food, but you can sell the extra rat tails. All right, we're gonna buy one of those, one of these, and we have one left. All right, I need a job. Lizards. Don't even get me started about the lizard folk. They're encroaching on the marsh area for months now. How can you help? Need someone to go down there and scare them away. What was that? I think I saw that occasionally if somebody else comes by, it takes their portrait. All right, hold on. How do I make a note about that? Portrait switches to the new NPC. All right, so this one's a weird one, right? This thing here. If, you know, in conversation with an NPC, another NPC comes too close, the portrait switches to the new NPC. And that just kind of happened here, right? So we'll talk to Brewer. It's fine. You can see the stuff that's going on there. But when this NPC you walk too close, the portrait here switched to the new NPC. All right. So we need to go fight up some lizard guys. Look at our quest. We only need 8 claws. All right. Little heftier guys, little higher hit points. They hit a little harder. All right. Let's do that. Attack. Let's go do a defend, knock it down so we'll do more damage with the attack. There we are. And when you're getting started and it's just you, right? Nobody in your party or any of that stuff. Only the front line can do damage to you for now. As long as if it's melee play like characters, the front line is exactly where it's going to be doing its damage. But the back row will take its place, right? There we are. We'll do a defend, bring it down. Now we can do a couple of these with higher damage. And there we are. We need, that's 6 out of 8. All right. Can I heal? Will this work? All right, my healing. Uh-oh. Using item during combat is not using the effect. Meaning not healing. All right, this might be a tight one. Okay, we got it though. Maybe. this may not actually do very well. No. Okay. I did not make it. All right, back to town. Oh, what a crazy dream I just had. Glad that didn't really happen. So we'll come up here, fight that one again. This time it's only 2 of them. That should give us the 8 that we need. And I do plan to make it so that there are more enemies, right? Or more creatures or stuff like that that are going on in these different locations. So it's not just you go there for the quest, right? You go there and there's other things going on. We back lizard folk. Yes, we turn in there. There we get 15 copper, and we need to go to the store. So let's grab. We'll buy one of these. I don't think I have any more. Nope. All right, we need another quest. Skeletons. All right. So now we go through here and we're going to go find the cave. And I think maybe we'll add something similar to Diablo, right? Where you may have like somebody that heals or sends, like has the ability to do that, and you can go visit them and it'll heal you up, right? All right. So you have to come through and you kind of have to find where the cave is. And there it is. So you're now able to you're able to see on the top level. And there we go. We got some skeletons. All right. We hit another level that should have healed me. And it's supposed to replenish your AP. So if you're in the middle of combat like this and you hit the next level, it should heal you and do that. So something's not quite right with that. And we'll address that after we're done doing a little playthrough here. And why is there a character on here? I don't get that. All right. Anyways, let's end turn. Attack. There. All right, so we have 2 out of the 5. What was that? That was the player. Was showing up in duplicate on the battle room. All right, so that's another bug. Yeah, see, here's the player showed up right here. Let's see if we can get through this. We might be able to. There we are. We're going to eat our burger that healed us up 20 points. And I need other things in here. I want like some bats flying around. Oh, there's some more. That kind of stuff. Not just wandering around. All right, we're going to end turn here. This... Oops, 7. 7. I have 2 health points left. This is not going to end well. All right. I'm not going to make it here. We started back at the beginning of the marsh. Or, I mean, at the cave. We do have enough skulls, so we can leave and get out of here. It puts you back to the start of the zone, like the world you're in, right? If you're in the world map on the main part and like fighting the lizard, you'll get put back here. But if you're in the tavern fighting the rats and you die, you get put back to the start of the tavern, and the cave is the beginning of the cave. All right, so we're going to turn in these. And there we've earned 20 copper. So we're going to grab one of these. And we need to sell this. So we have 18. And we'll buy a... Oh, we can buy another burger. We'll do that. All right. That is all quest again that you can get from Brewer at this time, right? And none of the other NPCs except for Arlok work, right? So Arlok does have a whole bunch of stuff to him. It's kind of a lot of like foreshadowing stuff that's going on. All right. Now we'll come out, and I don't know what Paul is doing, but there's Paul the Lumberjack. So, do I want... I think I need to fix quest 3, right? So, your main objective is you go and you find the skeletons, right? So you turn that in. But then it talked about Tavian, and Tavian is somewhere in the cave, right? So we're going to go back and look for Tavian, although it doesn't have a quest for it. And all the creatures do have a respawn timer, so they do come back. All right, we'll go this way. Whoop. And I don't think the player leveling up is adjusting the weapon, right? I think the balance is off a little bit too. As far as like how much copper you get, how much copper you're spending for food, I feel like you're going to be in deficit a lot. And that didn't do well. I'm already there. We go. No, let's just run. Almost Dahmer is back. Welcome back. All right, so we found the stairs. We're going to go down to the Marsh Deep Cave. This is where you can't go any farther, right? Because it says it is too dark to continue. There must be another way to light the path. And it says maybe someone in town knows. So we're going to make it so that after entering quests or entering the cave, NPC in town has, I don't know, cave chat available. So we'll lock it behind, right? We'll gatekeep it. You won't know about it until you get there and talk. Or you try to go down there first, and I guess you can't get in, so then we're going to have to run through this guy. Yeah, I think that's the way it works, right? You'll end up trying to go into the second level. You're not going to be able to. It's going to block you. You're going to have to go back to town, try to talk to some people about it, and they will mention, oh, there's a wisp somewhere, and I'm still trying to figure out how I want the wisp to show up, like whether it's captured or something like that, right? But yeah, you go and talk to the townsfolk, and they're like, "Oh, the deep cave. Yeah, you can't see in there. But you need, and not everyone will know it. They'll all say sort of the same stuff. Oh, you can't see it, but maybe somebody else knows. And then eventually somebody will be like, "Hey, so and so knows," and you go and talk to them. And then they're like, "Oh, you need a wisp to see in the deep cave." So then here's the wisp. You accept the wisp as a companion. And I feel like that's too sharp. All right. Wisp following the lerp, which is the smoothness on this, needs adjusted. All right, so it'll be a little smoother follow depending on which way you're facing. All right. Now with the wisp, and you go back downstairs, right, to the second level of the cave, you're going to be able to see just fine. However, we're going to head back up. We have a couple extra things that we can sell. So the balance is off a little bit. We're going to see the shop. We want to sell these. There we are. We need some food. There. Oh, and I can sell one of these. There we are. All right. I saw that Paul wandered through town, so we're gonna go find Paul. All right, so Paul the lumberjack is going to clear out the stuff here. So he needs his axe sharpened, and it gives you the axe. There we are. So you hand over the axe, you talk to him, takes it, then you talk to him again, and he sharpened it. And now you can take a sharpened axe back to Paul. And there is some, like, there's nothing really directly taking you to the harbor yet. But you are able to go and do it. All right, so Paul cleared the tree. The witch is... Well, there's a witch in the forest, so watch out. Yada, yada. All right. So, if you're just wandering around and you come up here, you can find Gleb, right? Who will give you the shears. Or send you on a quest. Here, we'll talk to Gleb. All right, so now you head to where the harbor is to find the lost shears, right? Now, homeless, this is where you are. Kelvar is also wandering around here, and a little homeless junior is here walking around. Yep. All right, so I don't see any shears here. There they are. And I do need, like... I need to work on the dock and stuff because there's boats down here, that kind of stuff. But All right, so we take the shears back to Galeb. And you talk to him, but he finishes them up. And oh, it didn't collect the sharpen axe. That's weird. All right, Paul Quest did not take the sharpened axe. All right, so we got to fix that too. I do see ads are about to go off. When they do, we'll take a be right back. It is time to take a coffee break. All right. The thing from yesterday, we did not turn the big tree into a object yet. Glenn the garlic farmer. Hello, adventurer. My sheep have run amok. And why is she still there? I feel like things aren't quite working as well as they should. But there are the ads. We're going to take a quick be right back. I will see everybody shortly, and we'll get back to it. Hang tight. we're back. So, standing here, I see now that, came back, the witch is gone because the witch is only available at night. Once you hit nighttime, she disappears. And Meandra, welcome in Sophie Treat. She'll appreciate that. There we are. Let's switch over to this. Good girl. All right. Good afternoon. Thank you. I hope your day is going well. Oh snap, we have an afternooner here. Yes. Yep. It is still early morning here, afternoon over the pond. And yeah. All right. We also have, now that we have access into the ancient forest, we have new enemies in there, and you can see it hanging out over here is the wolf, right? So we'll go fight the wolf. The wolves are a little strong, but that is okay. And we have another Sophie Treat. Did I replace my cam? What do you mean? All right, we're going to switch to the Sophie cam real quick because we have another Sophie Treat. Bye, Panooch. Good morning, Panooch. There we are. And switch back. So did I replace my camera? You look different than the last time I saw you. I don't know. I don't think so. Camera's been pretty much the same thing I've used for a while. Lighting might be a little different, though. That might be something that's different. I did adjust and change. I have a new light over here. That's like a ring light. And actually, it is a little bright. I probably have hit one of these buttons on it. There. But yeah, that might be the only real difference is the lighting. But the camera has been the same for a while. And how are you doing, Panooch? Homeless, you look just as beautiful as before. You still have the twinkle in your eye. Excellent. I always appreciate having that twinkle in my eye there. Looks the same to you, Panooch? Excellent. I was like, I did move it. Don't confuse me with the Sophie cam. Or the Arwen one. Uh-oh. I wasn't paying attention. We died. We go back to the beginning of the grasslands. Okay. All right. Well, that's pretty much as far as I hit with some stuff. So I think we need to fix up a bunch of these bugs that I found here, right? And try to see what we can come up with. Yeah. All right. First one was in a conversation. This one, right? So in a conversation with a NPC, You're going to upload a new plugin? Okay. Bugs are simply undocumented features. True. So in a conversation with an NPC and another NPC comes too close, the portraits will switch. We don't want that. We only want it to stay with the portrait of the person you're talking to. So, and I'm pretty sure it's switching because my portrait reference on my dialogue gets overwritten when the second NPC's E key. So if I hit E to advance the text or do something like that, it picks it up on the second person. So the fix, I think, needs to be only set portrait reference. So let's first open up my dialogue here. Object dialogue. Right. So portrait reference right here needs to be adjusted. How we're going to do this? Well, I'm trying to debate whether or not I need to do this on every NPC. I don't think so. I think I can do it on my parent of the NPCs. Right? Yeah. Because if we do it, that's a lot. If I have to do it on every single one. Well, so if not in NPC conversation, not conversation cooldown, I think this isn't working, right? So I have a check right here already. If instance exists, let me look for, I'm going to try finding that. All right. If instance exists, object dialogue, we have can talk equals false. We're going to change this all up. Let's change that. What if I do a flag? Maybe portrait equal portrait. Whoops. How about portrait locked? And we'll just say false. Right, so we'll start it that way. But if instance exists, like dialogue, here we'll say can talk equals false. So we can get rid of this. I don't know. If object dialogue portrait reference does not equal, yeah, it does not equal no one, and object dialogue portrait reference does not equal ID exit. All right. let's start it up again. Let's just go into the tavern and try to get it to happen. And again, we are working on this one right here. So what I need is 2 people to get together here. It's not gonna work if they're not together. All right, let's go outside and see if we can get 2 people. All right, you can talk to Brent. I don't have 2 people together. And Arlock does not seem to be moving. All right, let's set it up. Let's take Arlock, put him right here. How about right there? Homeless bugs are annoying sometimes, especially the mosquitoes. True. Mosquitoes are annoying. All right. I feel like that might be pretty good. Well, I think that may have fixed it because it's not swapping between them now. All right. Let's put Arlock back to the table. There we are. All right, for now, we'll get rid of that. And we'll say that it's fixed, right? But next is this one. Oops, this one. That is using an item during combat is not using the effect of the item. So it's not healing. That's going to be our next one. So we need, I think, room battle open as well. And while we're here, let's clean up this middle piece, right? So that's going to be grasslands lower, I think it was. Oops. All right. And then we need to handle the grass. So the grass. Nope. Wrong grass. There we are. All right. What we have all here is we got up to 5 enemies that show up, right? We have the area where your companion is, and then we have the wisp hovering in the background. And we have 3 managers put in here. 2 of them are for testing, so it's not really that big of a deal. But I think we need to find use item function. Right? So why is it not? And let me just double confirm it. Okay. So we'll just come in, we'll go like straight to the combat. All right, so we took some damage. We have an item, right? And we use it, and nothing happens. Why? So it should have healed me during that. And what we're going to do is we're going to run. We're going to wait. Did it actually work or not? Let's buy this. Let's buy carrot. Right, let's go back down and test it again, because all right, so we took 3 points of damage. We're gonna do skip our turn. We're at 31. If I go to items and I use there, nothing happened. It says I'm at 31, right? But if we run, I'm at 40. What is that? I feel like the item is not showing on the character portrait area, right? But it is here, right? And we're gonna go in, we're gonna get hurt, we're not gonna heal, and we're gonna come out and see if it's any different. All right, so we're at 34 and we run. It's now healed. So all right, I don't know. What are we doing? I feel like function use is right. The character portrait. So I need to make that more clear up here. When using an item during combat is not showing the effect and not healing. Character leaves combat. Player is showing healed. If we open up battle menu, light, heavy, functions. All right, so that is all the action bar. Waiting for attack, animations. This is quick bar stuff, navigation. Battle. Let's see. Let's go to manager. Check for N. Well. I mean, I feel like this is showing correctly. I mean, I'm taking damage inside the battle, right? But if I run, I'm not really sure. All right, so if let's think about this out. If you go into battle and let's put it up here. All right, so character leaves combat. Player is showing healed. Player is healing when leaving combat. Even if item is not used. I think it's 2 issues. Right? This whole thing right here. I think let's break it down, right? Issue 1. Items are not healing player in combat. 2. Player is healing when leaving combat. So this is going to be our thing, and we broke it down so we have 2 components here. All right. Well, let's go with maybe number 2 first. Player is healing when leaving combat. I'm pretty sure it's happening all the time right now. if we come in, let's go back in. Let's get in a fight and let's blue screen. We got to fix a blue screen because, you know, why not? You. Good morning. Damn, blue screens just popping in. All right, so we're gonna end turn, take some more damage. That's a fun one, the blue screen. Yeah. All right. We have taken damage. We're down to 22. If we leave combat, we should be at 22. But I have a feeling that no matter what, the player's just healing itself right now. And that is not what we want to happen. I love when the game's looking great. Thanks. It's coming along, right? We have a couple areas that we're trying to work on now, but the world's is put together pretty good. So we got all kinds of stuff going on here. We have the harbor, right? And I made it so that these trees randomly select different tree images for the zone that they're in. So they may look the same all here, but when the game is running, they'll all be different. You know, and then we have 2 levels of the cave. So game's coming along. All right. Let me heal. Let me look up heal player. Let me find the function here. Simon, how you doing? Are they deterministic, random, but same each time? So, good question. Every time you restart from scratch from the game, they may change, right? But if you leave the zone, so you see how like they're all different here? Like, we'll leave the zone. So we have what? Red, I don't know, copper, green. Red, copper, and green. Those should hold while the game is running. When I have it set so that you are the saving feature, right? So when that fully gets implemented, it should record all this. So you'll, when you return to your game, the trees will be the way they are. But if you only play and then you shut down the game without doing any saving and you start a new game, the trees might be different. All right, so we're going to test it again. We have red, copper, 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 green, right? We'll go into the tavern, which is a different zone, another map, and come back here, and those are good. First time you've seen the new character, you like it? Thanks. I am trying to come up with something new and different, and I like this character with it. I still have to come up with some battle animations for it. So in combat, it will switch a little bit, and sometimes you'll see the old image right now. But that's just because I don't have enough animation sprites yet built for it. All right. So we're going to try to fix this healing issue. We need to go find the function. Good morning, Jeepin. Hold on one. You're gonna be heading out, right? Yeah. All right. Hey, Jet, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna take a quick be right back. I'm gonna say hi and bye to Jeepin before she heads out for a little bit, and I'll be right back. I'm back. Where are we? Doing? Oh yeah, heal player. So the problem I'm having is the player is automatically healing right now when it leaves combat. And I'm pretty sure I messed it up when I put some of this stuff, the clamping on it. So we're going to change it. If so we have else if instance exists, the object player HB here, and then we say this object amount. Okay, we're going to change the clamp a little bit. So we say well, let me think about that. Okay, let's just make a little copy of it. Global battle here. Then I want to change the clamp, but I want this to be, it's a battle player, not player. All right, battle player. We're gonna change this to battle player. And Jeepin is leaving in her. She started her Jeep up, and I just felt like the house just rattled. Her Jeep has a big engine. It's a throaty engine. Like, it makes a lot of like noise to it when it starts up. Older engines, gotta love them. All right, player HP, but we're gonna say it needs to be data.hp now. Equals clamp. Player, we need to change all this to battle player. Data. Battle player. Tool. Amount. And it needs to be data. Data.hp. All right. Then I think we put in another else if this exist. Let's do. This is where we'll do the object player. Yeah. I think that's a good idea. Object player. Object player HP plus amount 0 object player HP score total. All right, let's test that out. As soon as it starts up. All right, so the game started. Come on, OBS. All right, we'll come into the pub. We'll go straight to fight something. Yeah, here's what I was talking. I don't know if you're still there, Siren, but the a couple of the animations I don't have done yet for the new character, like the new player look. So when you take damage, you immediately switch into the damage one. And then, yeah. So it's not 100% yet. I'm getting there with it. I've drawn most of it with it. Which is why I'm having some struggle with doing the hurt one. Like, but like this guy, I did not. New one is mine, but I'm struggling a little bit with it. I'm just not a very good pixel artist. It takes me forever to get that stuff. I have like the look down for here. So like I have this, right? I have idols. I have a walking, although my walk is kind of weird, but I think it looks okay. It's getting there. It's just really only a couple frames to it because I'm terrible at it. So I was like, oh, I can just do straight leg and I'll be better because the bending on it I'm terrible with. But I don't have a damage one, right? So the damage one, if you look at the other one like this, although it's really fast, but like I need to come up with something like that, right? So we'll see. I like it. I think it fits a little better. That's all. Where was I? I was in here. Yeah. Yeah, you're good with pixel art, but terrible with animations. Yeah, it takes a while. That's all. You know, so it's coming along though, slowly. Most of the stuff, like background, scenery, buildings, most of the trees are all part of a pack, like a asset pack. And then what I normally do is I come in here and I add stuff like plants. You know, I made like the plants. I'll take a tree, knock it down, and make a fallen one like this one up here, right? I do that kind of stuff. But coming up with stuff, nah, I'm not the best at. All right, let's take some more damage. So we're at 30 points here. Right? So now we're going to run. And we're at 40 again. So it did not work the way I thought it was going to work. Damn. And if we come back into battle, 36. Okay, so we took 4 more. Yeah, it is 100% healing you when you leave. So that wasn't the case. All right. What about well, so if the user, like the UI, isn't updating, we can test. We'll try to test that, right? Let's go fight. And so we take damage, right? You can't see it here. Let me switch the game around a little bit. For a minute. All right. So it's showing damage correctly here, right? And if I take more damage to we should be at 32. Yeah, so we're at 32, right? It's showing it here. Let's do it one more time. So that puts us at 28, right? So this is updating. This is correct. Now let's run. And we're at 40. Have another battle. So now we started at 40. We just took 2 points of damage. We're at 38. So I feel like it's correctly showing the values. But something is causing the player to fully heal when we leave, right? So when we leave combat, because now we're at 38, we run, we'll be back to 40. fix this. Oops. There we are. Oh, I should double check. All right, let's run in. We're at 40. Let's defeat the rats. Let's take some damage. Let's see if it's the run away, or if it's defeat the enemies and leave. Let's take some more damage. So we're at 32. We'll defeat this guy. Might be one more turn. Yeah. That puts us at 30. We're at 30 points of damage. Right? Or, no. 30 health. Not points, but 30 points for the HP. Players at 30. Now, you defeated the enemies and you leave, and you are showing the correct health. So it is the run away that is causing it. Right? If I go here and we fight these guys, I take some more damage. I'm at 27. I do a run away. It did not heal me this time. What? What is wrong with you? If we run. So now it's not working. Do I need to take damage during that turn? Let's do that. I took 2 points of damage. Let's run. Oh, I'm so confused now. Yeah. So it was healing. Like when we were running away out of combat, it was. Here, let's start a new game. And without defeating the enemies this time, we'll just run away. All right, we'll go to this one. We take some damage. Right? We're at 34. We run away. And it healed you. So now the player is healed. Right? So the runaway on the first combat did it. Because now if we come in here and we fight, and then we take some damage, and we defeat them, So we're at 30 health points. We come out of the battle. We're at 30. Now we go in and fight. We've taken some damage. And now we run away. We're at 28. Right? Why am I... Oh, what the hell? We healed 2? Let's attack. Let's take some damage. 3, 9. So we should be at 21, and we are. All right, so we're at 21. Let's run. And it puts us at 30. I don't know what's going on. I feel like it's healing weird or doing something. All right, so we healed us to 30. We took 2 points or 4 points of damage. We're at 26. Right? Let's defeat this guy. We're at 26. It now shows correctly that we are at 26. Let's just run. And it kept us at 26. We'll attack. We'll take some damage. We're at 22, and we run. And it healed me for 4 points of damage. Well, I don't know where I messed up. So it's got some weird healing to it. Let's take a look. Let me find my runaway. Runaway. All right. Let's look at it here. Penning, runaway, battle player, runaway. And I wonder, okay, wait. We did try to change some stuff, right? Here, no. What was I just in? Then I was. I don't. It wasn't that. Was it battle player? No, that's battle menu, battle manager, battle player. It was heal player. Here, let's put this back for some reason. This is why I make copies of functions sometimes. Oops. There we are. All right. Let's test it with the old code again. Not the new stuff. And is there end battle logic that doesn't fire if you run? Everything should be running. All it does is remove you from combat and puts you back to the room. So it makes the character run to the end of the screen, and then it transfers you back to the room. Also, I see ads are going to go off. Maybe like 30 seconds or so here. When they do, I'm going to take a be right back, fill up my coffee, and then we'll be back to work on this. But let's see if I can do this real fast. I took some damage. We're at 38. Let's run 40. All right. So it's not the code. Something's weird. But all right. Like I said, ads are gonna go off. It's about 3 minutes, and I'll grab some coffee and we'll get back to it. And actually, there they are. They're on time today. All right, I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. And back to our dilemma here. So if we use an item, it's not healing. And all right, let's go to heal player. Let's find my function. It's this. So this is supposed to heal the player when I use an item. Let's turn this off. Turn this one back on. And test item use. Does the debug message show up after running? Which one? The heal. Where was that in? That was in. Let me find it. All right, so the debug message should be healed plus HP. Let's double check. We'll look for it, right? All right. Start. All right. We're going to attack. We're going to switch. Or, I mean, take damage. We're at 36. Open inventory. Use apple. Apple healed me. All right, so that is now working. Let's end turn again. Let's take some damage. And we're at 36 again. We'll do a run. And it says we're at 40. All right. So now we're looking at healed. Show debug message healed. Right there. Healed 8. So this is working correctly with the item that healed it. All right, so that new code is working. We'll get rid of this. Now let's think about the other one. In player room start, handle battle room cooldown, charges 100. Yeah, the charge is 100. Am I saving the changes to version control? Yeah. I mean, I have it on like making git commits. Item fix, which I'm doing one right now. Item fix for battle item and commit. Okay. Yeah, I know. I could save it and go backwards on the git, right? I don't like that. I mean, I can. While I'm testing something, I will just make a copy of it and rewrite it so I can go back and forth faster. It's just the way I do things. Okay, so I think what we need to do is we need to add a debug here to player. We're going to do it in this step. Let's do it. Let's just do it at the top of the step. You know what? No, let's put it at the bottom of my step. Let's say if HP is HP total and HP is greater than 0, show. Let's make a debug message. Try to track this down, right? HP is full at this space. Let's do our string of HP. All right. So, since you are a solo developer, you normally just work off main and look at different diffs. But if you're afraid of breaking something, then you will create a branch. I suck at using branches. I never use branches. And it's just because I don't understand GitHub well enough to fully move back and forth between the main and the branch. So I just don't do it. I know how to like on the main branch, I know how to go backwards and like delete things and be like, okay, well, we'll just start over from where we were at the beginning of stream or set, like stuff like that, right? But I am absolutely terrible at using branches. Yeah. All right, so we added a new debug message here. We're gonna run it. We're gonna take some damage. We're gonna run away and see what it does. What, Arwen? Hi. Arwen the parrot is trying to be chatty this morning. Well, she's always chatty, but all right, we took some damage. Let's do it again. Let's. All right, so we took like 6 points of damage. Let's run away. Now, let's think about this. All right, let's take a look. Cover, as Bill Murray would say, as he is said in Ghostbuster, branches and tags living together, mass hysteria. Yeah. Okay, so this here. All right, so we took some damage. Take there after this. Time hit, roll. All right. I think we need to look at, well, first, what did I put that in? That was in player. That was right here. Debug for HP when leaving battle. All right, there we go. It's the same thing. Dogs and cats, hysteria, living together. Yep. All right, we want to look at battle switcher here. Let's take a look at all the places HP is being used. I feel like it's not going to be here. This is where you take damage. Player create. This is where you start. That's fine. Here we have a couple notifications. That's when you level up. It won't be item data anymore. We fixed that part. So, watcher memory, no. Player enemy, parent actor, player health. Yeah. In battle menu, we have, let's go all the way up to the top. All right, so we have main categories and then our second one. So the building tier 2, that's the action point 1. That's the panel on the left. Firm. This is the executing of that stuff. I don't know. It's a weird bug. Simon, you're off to lunch. I appreciate the lurk. Thank you so much. Let's look through these. All right, let's look up data.hp. Right. So we have data HP in a bunch of places here. Data enemy draw. Player create. That might be, let's start there. And we have sunflowers. Grim, welcome in. How have you been? I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. You doing all right? I don't think I've seen you online either. All right. Let's think about this. We are trying. All right. So data HP, it's being drawn. Battle player create 194 right here. We have that. You're doing all right. Yeah, been on and off. Work's been all over the place. Work's always in the way. Can't help it, right? All right, let's let's close that. This is a interesting problem for sure. So let's try looking up battle Or let's do HP underscore total. I think I wrote it. Grim, you lost all the momentum on the game. Trying to find the balance for it again. It's tough. Like, it's tough, right? To maintain stuff. But, you know, you'll get it. You'll get it. I mean, for me, it's a hobby, right? Sure, someday if I can make something that I feel like I can put out there for, you know, a couple bucks, fine. But it's a hobby. So I balance it as best I can. But like, you know, when I go away for the weekend, I don't stream or do game dev. So coming back to stuff is still always a little tough, but you know, you balance it when you can. An hour here, you know, even if it's, you know, hop on half hour, get started with it every day, something, you know. All right, let's look through my HP totals. Player here. I think this is messed up. And this one. So HP equals HP total. I feel like those are looping each other wrong. Let's go take a look at player there. All right, so this in there. Okay, so in the room start, I feel like when the room reactivates, it's trying to heal. Like, we're gonna change it a little bit. We have, like, let me see. We have alarm 30, variable global exists, player just died, and player just died. HP equals HP total, charge 100, player just died equals false. All right, let's take out this line. And let's see how that handles it. Yeah. I don't know. I got, you know, I try to, I primarily use stream to help hold me accountable and keep me on the move, progressing with my game, right? It is hard to start something up again when you've been off for a little bit. I think coming up with some way to hold yourself accountable on something may help, right? I mean, you know, feel free to use, you know, join if you're not, I think you're already on the Discord, but, you know, join that and we can, I don't know, I'll make an accountability section or something in the game dev area. Whatever you need, you know, if you need some help. It's a tough thing. That's all. Balancing is just tough. All right, so we're going to start at 40 hit points, which is correct. We're going to go into battle. We have 40 down here, which you can't really see because, you know, my mug's in the way. But 40 will end turn. We'll take some damage. All right, so we're at 36. Let's run. And it went back to 40. I don't know. I don't know. I think we'll let's move on to some other stuff for a little bit. Let me ponder over my health issue. All right. All right. So we have the world. We have quest 1, 2, and 3. Paul here does seem to be a little out of it. Right. We'll start Paul right there. Paul shows up after you complete quest 3. Paul wanders over here. Paul is at 40. Paul is at 51,000. I think we'll just make it so Paul walks straight across. Object NPC Paul here. Walk-in waypoint. X. Wait, whoops. Was it? Room here. My X is at 50. Y is at 1,000. If we come to Paul, my Y should just be 1,000. And he walks all the way to here. Right? So now Paul should come here and go straight up. We have one new NPC. What else we got on our list? I think we solved the issue. Let's go into a couple more battles. I think we solved the issue with the player duplicating itself in the battle. And let's go check one of these guys out. All right, we'll take some damage. I want to check something. So we're going to run HP 28, HP 40. All right. I do think we fixed it. So I do not see the player running around anywhere on here. So I think that part is fixed. All right. We have Harbor doing okay. We need to, let's go. So you go through. Well, let's open up dialogue. Open up NPC dialogue. There we are. All right. We have Brewer doing the job. When we get to Silly Vermin taking over, came from we'll just do that. Silly Vermin are taking over our cellar. What can you do to help? Need someone to go in the cellar and take out some of them. All right, rats accepted. We're here. Okay. Where's my selection? Lizard. Lizard folk. Why don't even get me started about the lizard folk. They've been encroaching on the marsh area for months now. All right, could use someone to go into the marsh and force them back. Accept the quest, back, leave. Brewer, excellent. On top of it, back from the marsh. Did you deal with those lizard folk? Yes. You have the claws. Here's part of the balancing. I don't think, and maybe I just start the player with a little bit extra, actually. I'll have to pull up my spreadsheet about like how I'm balancing stuff. I don't think these are giving enough money to you. All right. This one, job 3. Or listen, believe it or not, skeletons live in the cave. In the marsh, to the south. Skeletons, what do you need to do? Well, here's the thing. Another adventurer went off to explore the cave. So do I want... I think we'll have to separate this. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. We want... You're going to send the player on a quest, right? These are kind of the back and forth ones. Player goes on a quest, shows defeats the skeletons. Comes back. We're gonna get rid of. We're gonna take all this out. And I feel like we're gonna make a job number 4. Locked quest. Maybe let's put it right here. Oh no, it can't go there. It will have to go below here. So this is going to be quest 4. We'll say job 4. Quest. So I don't lose it, let's put the chat into there, right? All right, with this, you're going to be able to do what? Job 4. Rescue. Tavian went off. Well, that's going to be the name of the companion, but Tavian went off into the cave. Has not come back yet. Another adventure named Tavian went off to explore the cave, but has not come back yet. How long has the adventure been gone? Here's the thing. Another adventurer named Tavian went off to explore the cave, but has not come back yet. How long is it gone? It's been gone a few days. Folks here are starting to get worried. So, thing is, rumor has it, Tavian went down into the deep cave. All right, so he went down into the deep cave. Went down into the next. No, into I don't know, into the deep cave. Got into trouble. You can't see that. See. Yeah. So thing is, rumor has it. Let's just start with rumor has it. Rumor has it, Tavian went down into the deep cave. Got into trouble. There. Trouble. As you can't see. As you cannot see in the deep dark without a light source. How about we'll just say wisp. Without a wisp. Right? Layer. I don't know. How do I want, like, what do we want to say here? Like, rumor has it Tavia went down into the deep cave, got into trouble, as you cannot see in the deep dark without a wisp. Why a wisp? So a wisp has the natural ability to create light that can push back the deep dark. All right, so this has a little bit of conversation. Here's the thing, another adventure went off. Okay, fine. How long has the adventure been gone? Adventure's been gone a few days. Folks here are starting to worry. Rumor has it Davian went down into the deep dark. But you need a wisp. Why a wisp? Wisp has the natural ability to create light that can push back the deep dark. Well, I think at this point, oh, this would be a good one. Maybe we could do it where we say go talk to another. No, we'll just say, where can I find a wisp? Heard they there? Heard a wisp has taken up living in the cave in the northern harbor area. All right, northern harbor area, just to the west of here. Okay. So now we have a new job, new quest. So now you got to go, you find yourself a wisp. You find yourself a wisp. You go back into the cave and it takes you down into the deep dark. Then once you're there, you're going to be in second level, right? And you'll find your companion somewhere down here, or find this person who becomes your companion, and then you'll be able to take the companion, finish off the level, and you run across your first real boss. All right, I think that's how this is it'll work. Okay. Well, I think that's a good one, right? That gives direction for it, gives the helping take the player in different locations. So after, and I'll have to adjust it. So after Quest 4, let's put that in my notes. So new Quest 4, right? New Quest 4. Then all quest occurs. Because you don't want this to be unlocked until over here. You don't want that to be unlocked until you get your companion. And I think instead of it being down here for the Wisp, it will be in Harbor up here in the cave. And it'll just be a small cave, right? You go in there, there's a Wisp hanging out, and yeah. Okay. I think that'll be good for the direction. So let me write some notes. New Quest 4, then Paul Quest occur. Quest 4, rescue person in the cave, right? You are so good, Mr. Termy. I appreciate that. I'm okay. I'm okay. But I appreciate it. And how are you doing? You're in and out because you're working. True. I see you on. See you advancing in your commentary. Thanks. I appreciate it. It is tough. Like, I'm just kind of inner monologuing my thoughts on the game as I'm trying to, like, on this, right, on what I'm doing. Or, well, I'm really just trying to work through all this. I don't have it all scripted out. So I'm just like, I don't know how this quest is going to work. And so I'm just figuring it out as I go. Fireball! I appreciate that. Thank you for the 100 bits. That's a lot. I appreciate that. Yeah, and, you know, one of the things I'm trying to figure out is you got, like, you have to direct the player in this. So it's not just, I mean, it's kind of open world, but not open world, right? So you can freely walk around here and do that, but you'd be like, hey, there's some quests and do stuff. And then you have the barkeep who's up here, gives you a bunch of quests, right? And one by one. So you go and do these and you come back. And then he's like, hey, how about this? How about that? And takes you to new little areas. And now I'm working on quest 4, which will take you from here into the harbor area, up to this little cave to find a wisp because when you go into the cave that is in the marsh, you can sort of see, right? It's dark, but you can see on the top level. But if you go to the bottom level, you can't see. And you're like, oh, there has to be another way. So you go back to town. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough coming up with this stuff. And it's hard coming up with all the lines of dialogue. Is also time consuming, right? So just a little bit. That is all. All right, so we're gonna come all the way down to the bottom of this where I've been making this. All right, we're going to uncomment that stuff out so it doesn't get bothered by anything else. And I think we're just about done for stream today. So my goal is to continue working at some point and fix, well, I need to spend more time on it and fix the healing issue on what's going with that. Finish up some of the dialogue and questing. I do hope maybe this week I can get out a beta testing version of this, and then let people play it and get some feedback and work on it from there. But at this point, I think that's it for today. What am I doing next? Well, Saturday, I installed a GMRS base radio into the Jeep, got it all hooked up, but now I need to install the antenna. So that's going to take a little bit. So I need to run the wire, get the antenna put into the back, and yeah, so I'm going to go do that. And then I will come back and hopefully work on this for a little bit. But I think that's it for today. So we're going to find somebody to raid out to. Let's see who's all on doing some game dev. And today is the last day for streaming until my weekend again. So no stream for me for during the week as normal. And I will be back on Saturday. Let's see who is on this morning. Right. I see somebody on that we haven't raided in a while, so we're gonna go and raid Bearded Flannel. Or it's Flannel Beard, I should say. All right. Well, I appreciate everybody. I hope you all have a good one. And don't forget, today at 4 p.m. Mountain Time is Jeep and Annie's cooking stream, right? So shout out to Jeep and Annie. And that will be at 4 p.m. Mountain Time today. It's always a good time. And I will see everybody on Saturday again at 7 a.m. And we'll see what I've been able to get done during the week. We'll see. Hopefully work's not too crazy this week, right? But I appreciate everyone for being here. I hope you have a great day. And let's go say hi to Flannel Beard, and I will chat with you all later. Bye now.